Hello, I'm Jivan Dr. Kavita Kisrajman, an assistant professor in Faculty of Agriculture and Material Sciences. My today's topic is cell cycle, and from the cell cycle, I'll consider today I will take the mitosis only. So first of all, we need to what is the cell cycle basically. Cell cycle is a process by which a cell grows and divides into two identical new cells, and each cell contains equal in terms of genetic material, cell organelles and cytoplasm. All organisms from unicellular to multicellular are products of repeated rounds of cell growth and division, and these cycles of duplication and division of cell called cell cycle. In case of, if you talk about in prokaryotes, cell division produces a whole new organism such as bacteria, whereas in eukaryotes, there is a complex cell division process that requires to produce a new organism, and cell division is tightly regulated in case of eukaryotes. So what is the cell cycle? In case of prokaryote, cells are divided by binary fission, whereas in eukaryote, cell cycle can be divided into two phases. First is interphase and second is M-phase or mitotic phase. In interphase, again there is three subphases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. During interphase, the cell grows, accumulates nutrients that are needed for mitosis and duplicating its DNA. Whereas in mitotic phase, a cell splits into two genetically identical cells. It has been further subdivided into four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Here on the side there is a figure which has shown how the mitosis happens. One cell is divided into first divides into two genetically identical daughter cells through the cytokinesis. So this picturization, these images has shown how the cell cycles are how all the phases are arranged in a cell cycle. So there are cell cycle basically it takes 90 hours in a typical animal cells, whereas among these 19 hours, interphase takes 89 hours, and the rest 1 hour is for mitotic phase. So here the interphase will start with the interphase, that is will start with the G1 phase, G1 followed by S phase, then G2 phase, and after G2 mitotic phase, and after the nuclear division there is cytokinesis, in which these two nuclei has been separated, or the cells has been divided into two separate genetically identical cells. So first of all, I am coming to the interphase and what are the characteristic features of the interphase, what happens in interphase, and what are the subphases of interphase. So as we discussed this, interphase takes 89 hours among whole cell cycle, 90 time, that is 90 hours. So it is the largest phase of the cell cycle. So what are the characteristics of interphase? That are in interphase, cell growth, mRNA RNA synthesis, chromosome duplicated into two chromatids, centriole duplication occurs, new cell organelle formed, and microtubule ester formation also occurs in interphase. The subdivision of interphase are G1, S and G2 phase. So there is a separate phase that is known as G-node phase also, that is known as resting phase basically. So in this phase, cell cycling D is in increased concentration. Cell growth factor stimulation takes the G1 cells to G0 cells to G1. The non-proliferative cells in eukaryote generally enter the quiescent or G0 stage from G1 and may remain quiescent for the longer period of time or for forever. So G0 phase is basically resting phase, where if the cells are not properly suitable for the transition from the G1 to S or GS to G2 or G2 to M. Then these cells enters into G0 phase, and then where they are metabolically active and they repair there, and then further proceed for the next cell cycle phases. So G1, now the G1 phase is the first and longest phase of interphase. Here the G stands for gap, and it is a gap between mitotic phase and the S phase of cell cycle, where the cells prepared for next phase, that is S phase. This period starts immediately after division. The daughter cells grows and increase in size. That's why also called growth phase. In this phase, proteins and enzymes, mRNA, RNA, tRNA, these are formed. That are required for the next phase, that is S phase. And during this phase, new cell organelles are also formed. In G1 phase, cyclin D levels are increased, and this increased cyclin D level leads to the phosphorylation and activation of transcription factors. These transcription factors required for synthesis of DNA polymerase and DNA replication as well. In G1 phase, another cyclin, that is cyclin E, that formation of cyclin E occurs that governs the transition from G1 to S phase, and this is the first checkpoint. G1 phase is the first checkpoint where our system checks whether the cell is properly grown for the entry into the next phase of the DNA replication phase, that is S phase. And here the cell decide either they has to enter into the cell cycle or exit the cell cycle. If they are all the requirements are done for the G1 phase, and cell will enter to the next phase, otherwise it will not. It will exit from the cell cycle and enter into G0 phase. Now the second phase of interphase is S phase. In S phase, cyclin E and CDK and cyclin A CDK complex regulate the processes in S phase. They phosphorylate the phosphorylating and activating proteins and enzymes that are involved in DNA synthesis. So cyclin E and cyclin A controls the DNA synthesis in S phase. S stands for DNA synthesis, and the DNA molecule duplicates quickly as possible due to the exposed base pairs may be destroyed. In animal cells, a pair of centrioles is also duplicated in S phase itself. Next is G2 phase. G2 phase is pre-mitotic phase. So G2 phase is the gap between S phase and mitotic phase. That's why it is known as pre-mitotic phase of cell cycle. It is the second growth phase. That's why it is G2. It is second growth phase where rapid cell growth and protein synthesis occurs. Now the cell is ready for mitosis. In G2 phase, the nucleus increases in volume in terms of like mRNA, tRNA, RNA synthesis occurs, whereas cyclin A and cyclin B CDK complexes are activates during G2 phase, which are necessary for the cell to enter into M phase. M2 phase is the second checkpoint of the cell cycle, where the cyclin A CDK and cyclin B CDK complex regulate this checkpoint. The second phase is the mitotic phase or M phase. This is the division phase basically, where the nucleus as well as the cells are divided. It is a very short phase that takes around 45 to 60 minutes. It has been further divided into two subphases, that are karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis is basically in karyokinesis, the cell division of nucleus into two genetically identical nuclei, each with a complete set of chromosomes occurs, whereas in cytokinesis, cell division of the cytoplasm result in two daughter cells. Now the subdivision of karyokinesis is like prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. In prophase, broadly, if I am talking about the characteristics of each subphases of karyokinesis. Then the prophase, in prophase, mitotic spindle formation occurs. In metaphase plate formation occurs where the chromosomes will align. Anaphase, in anaphase, mitotic chromosome separation occurs. And telophase, cytokinesis, chromosomes reach to the opposite pole and cytokinesis occurs. So now I am coming to the each subphase of mitotic phase in detail. First is prophase. What are the key features for prophase are like in prophase chromosomal materials condenses to form compact mitotic chromosome composed of two chromatids attached together at the centromere. So and apart from that, centrioles migrate to the opposite poles, nuclear membrane disappears, and spindle fibers formed. In metaphase, chromosomes lined up because in metaphase the metaphasic plate is formed where the chromosomes lined up on the equator of the cell and spindles attached to centromeres of sister chromatids. And in anaphase, the centromeres divides of each chromosome and sister chromatids start to separate. They start to move on the opposite poles. Whereas in telophase, the chromosomes now cluster at opposite spindle poles and chromosomes uncoiled converted into chromatin. So up to anaphase, the chromosomes was highly condensed and they were in the form of chromosome. But in telophase, now the two nuclei has been formed and now the chromosome starts to uncoil and they start to convert into chromatin form. And apart from that, nuclear membrane reformed and spindle disappears. Last is the cytokinesis. Cytokinesis occurs at the end of the mitosis. In cytokinesis, division of the cytoplasm to form two daughter nuclei occurs. To form the two daughter nuclei, cell division of the cytoplasm occurs. So organelles along with the nucleoplasm, nuclear material, these organelles are also divided during cytokinesis. So the daughter cells are equal in terms of genetic material, in terms of cytosol, in terms of organelles. So now the control of the cell cycle. So there are several regulatory proteins called cyclin proteins. They control the cell cycle at different checkpoints. So first, there are three checkpoints in cell cycle in mitosis. First is the cell growth checkpoint, DNA synthesis. Second is DNA synthesis checkpoint, and third is mitotic checkpoint. Cell growth checkpoint is it occurs towards the end of the G1 phase, and it checks whether the cell is big enough and has made the proper proteins for the synthesis phase or for the DNA synthesis phase. If it is not, the cell goes through a resting phase, that is G0 phase, until it is ready to divide. The second checkpoint is DNA synthesis checkpoint, which occurs during the synthesis phase, that is S phase, and it checks whether DNA has been replicated correctly, and if so, the cell continues to the mitosis. Otherwise, it will enter to the G0 phase where it will repair and then enter to the mitotic phase. Third is the mitotic checkpoint that occurs during the mitotic phase, and it checks whether mitosis is complete. If so, the cell divides. If it is complete, then only the cell divides and the cell cycle again repeat. Again, it will repeat. Now, how the normal cell converts into cancerous cells. This is also a major cause of the uncontrolled cell division. If the cell cycle is not regulated properly, then the uncontrolled cell, so cancerous cells are the result of the uncontrolled cell division of cells that has lost the ability to regulate the cell cycle. So they are reproduce, cancer cells reproduce more rapidly than the normal cells because there is no control of the cell division on the cell division. So the mass, they form the mass of the cell, that is because produced because of the uncontrolled cell division. That mass is known as tumor, and this tumor converts into cancer. So now I'm coming to the conclusion. The cell cycle is a repeating series of events in eukaryotic cells, whereas in prokaryotic organism, binary fission is a form of cell division. As a eukaryotic cells prepare to divide, DNA and associated proteins packed into chromosomes. The DNA duplicates during S phase of cell cycle, resulting to two identical chromatids known as sister chromatids attached at a region called centromere. The cell cycle has 5 phases. The first, growth phase, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, and mitotic and cytokinesis. But broadly, if we talk about, it has only 4 phases: G1, S, G2, and mitosis phase. Mitosis is a division of nucleus. 4 distinct phases of mitosis has been recognized: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Cytokinesis is a division of cytoplasm. The cell cycle is controlled through feedback mechanism, as uncontrolled cell division or loss in regulation of cell cycle result to cancers.